She's not moving. She's turning blue. Oh my God, get it off her. Get it off! The screams pierced the stillness of the reptile house. A crowd gathered, but by the time someone unlocked the cage door, Rebecca Lane was already gone. She was known as the Snake Lady, feared nothing, handled pythons like puppies. But on that day, on that stage, everything she thought she knew about control vanished. This is the story of Rebecca Lane, a professional snake handler whose shocking final moments exposed a terrifying truth. You can study reptiles, respect them, train them, but when instinct strikes, there's no going back. Before we begin, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share Rebecca's story with someone who works with animals, admires them, or just believes in knowing the truth. Your support helps us keep these stories alive. Let's begin. Rebecca Lane had handled snakes since she was 12 years old. It started with a corn snake named Pepper. By 18, she was volunteering at the state reptile rescue. By 25, she had worked with king cobras, black mambas, vipers, and reticulated pythons, some of the longest and strongest snakes on Earth. But one snake changed everything. Aries, a 21-foot, 180-pound reticulated python with gold-speckled skin and eyes like glass. Aries had been donated to the Everglades Serpentarium, a private zoo in Florida, after his former owner, an exotic breeder, surrendered him for being unmanageable. Rebecca called that an invitation. She believed that fear was taught, that snakes could be conditioned, respected, even bonded with. And with Aries, she believed she had succeeded. Over the next 4 years, she fed him, handled him, even included him in live shows with audiences. She draped him over her shoulders, wrapped him around her waist, let children pet his tail during school demos. Aries became a fan favorite and Rebecca's most trusted animal. But what she didn't know is that Aries had been watching too. Reptiles don't show emotion like mammals, but that doesn't mean they don't think. They wait, they learn, and when they act, it's fast, final, fatal. It was July 14th, Summer Reptile Fest. Hundreds of visitors, loud music, heat and humidity rising inside the main show tent. Rebecca was scheduled to perform at 2:30 p.m. Her showpiece? Aries. Handlers warned her the snake had been agitated that morning, striking at enclosure glass, refusing food, constricting his hide box. She brushed it off. "He's moody," she said. "He's fine once he's out." Footage shows her walking confidently on stage, Aries draped around her shoulders, the crowd clapping, kids cheering. She spoke calmly into the mic. "Pythons like Aries are strong, but misunderstood. They don't want to hurt you." 30 seconds later, he began to move. At first, it looked normal, just adjusting. Then his body coiled tighter around her arm, then her neck, then her chest. You can see the smile on her face freeze, then vanish. She tried to speak, but no sound came out. An assistant ran on stage, then another. "She's not moving. She's turning blue. Oh my God, get it off her." But Aries had locked in, and a python doesn't bite to kill. It constricts, silently, systematically, until the heartbeat stops. Within 90 seconds, she was unconscious. Within 3 minutes, no pulse. It took a tranquilizer and 5 grown men to pry the coils loose. Rebecca Lane was pronounced dead at 3:07 p.m. She was 32 years old. The headlines were immediate. Snake show turns deadly. Python kills handler during live demonstration. Loved by the public, killed by her star snake. An investigation followed. Why was a 21-foot python being used in a live show? Why wasn't a second handler on stage? Why wasn't Aries in a safety harness? The Serpentarium released a statement. "We are devastated. Rebecca was experienced and cautious. We never expected this." But former employees told a different story. One ex-handler said, "There were no protocols. She did what she wanted. We warned her Aries was changing. And the signs were there. Pythons may not growl, they don't roar, but they do watch. And when prey behavior is consistent, they remember." Experts believe Aries had mistaken Rebecca for food based on movement, body temperature, and scent. Others believe it was a defensive reaction to the noise, heat, and stage lighting. Either way, it was preventable. Snakes don't act out of hate. They act out of programming. Their brains are ancient, efficient, no emotion, no regret, only response. Rebecca believed love and routine could override that, and she was wrong. After her death, Aries was moved to a secure, off-site reptile research center. He was not euthanized. Rebecca's family chose not to blame the snake. Instead, they created the Rebecca Lane Foundation for Reptile Safety to train handlers, improve exotic show regulations, and educate the public on the real risks of working with large constrictors. At her memorial, they read from her journal, "Snakes don't need us, but we need to understand them. We owe them that much." But understanding wasn't enough to save her. Rebecca's story is a reminder that the wild can fit in a cage, that danger can wear the face of routine, and that even the calmest creature can become a killer without warning. If this story moved you, if it made you pause, question, or reflect, let that be the start. Learn the signs, respect the risk, and never forget the woman who thought she could hug a predator. Thank you for watching. Please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share Rebecca's story, because some stories are too important to forget. Even if they end in silence,